Welcome to the Hashimoto's Doctor Podcast. You're now part of a growing community of people determined to take their health back through education and self-empowerment. But because of the healthcare system today, we don't have access to the types of healthcare that we want. So we have to do things differently. We've got to do things smarter, and we do that by becoming our own advocates. This podcast will give you the perspective and thoughts of one of the world's leading Hashimoto's doctors. So let's get started. Hey guys, Dr. Shook here. I hope you're doing well today. In today's podcast, what I want to talk to you guys about is nutritional supplementation and Hashimoto's, which is, you guys follow me. Most of you know that Hashimoto's is an autoimmune thyroid condition that promotes low thyroid output or hypothyroidism. So the question is really, and what I want to talk about is, do you need nutritional supplements if you have Hashimoto's? And really, this comes down to autoimmunity. If you have autoimmune conditions, what are the place of nutritional supplementation? What is its place? And here's the thing, guys. I'm not a huge advocate of long-term nutritional supplementation for a lifetime. I am an advocate of supplementing as needed to support your body's systems as specifically as possible. What does that mean, really? Well, it means that you need supplements some of the time, especially when you're healing, you're trying to support the improvement of your health, like with Hashimoto's, for example, or any autoimmune condition, supporting nutrient status, supporting your body and your ability to adapt to stress more efficiently, your body's ability to digest food and heal and repair the GI tract barrier, to support your body's ability to have better immune system regulatory function, to support your body's ability to detoxify more optimally. These are all things that are actually essential, especially when you're trying to heal and improve your health with any autoimmune condition or Hashimoto's. It's absolutely critical. So I use supplementation, very heavily, but very specifically when I'm working with someone one-on-one. And the goal is to reduce their supplementation load as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And sometimes that happens, relatively quickly. Other times, people can't come off of all their supplements because when they try to taper off or withdraw from them, they crash. So the question becomes, what can you do? What should you do? So supplementation definitely has its place. And there are a lot of arguments that are quite frankly valid where people will say, you need nutrition, you need supplementation because our nutrients are not as dense. We don't have as many vitamins and minerals in our food as we used to have because of the depletion of our topsoil. Crops are raised in the same soil for 50, 75, 100 years, and they're depleted. And then that is a valid argument. Here's what I have to say. Use your supplementation. You need to use supplementation specifically. Okay, specifically. So many people that I meet spend hundreds of dollars per month on nutritional supplementation. And guess what? They came up with that supplementation regime on their own, most of them, based on what they'd read, based on what they think they need. They have no plan to get off of it. They really just started it and started utilizing it because they thought, they were looking for anything that they could to help them. And they read that it could help for their particular condition So here's the thing. The reality is that you need to use supplementation very specifically based on your unique needs. Now, if you're not trained in understanding how to use nutritional supplementation and what to use for your particular problems, and if you're not measuring your biochemistry or using any types of methods of evaluation prior to taking supplementation, then you're probably going to take the wrong things. I mean, quite frankly, or you're going to be using things that you think you need and you're just guessing. And for one thing, that can waste a lot of time, that can waste a lot of money, and it can be dangerous. So, what I advocate is that you consider using supplementation under, with someone's guidance that understands how to recommend it and that is also trying to get you off of all the supplements. I can't tell you, I've seen a lot of people that have just spent so much money on nutritional supplementation. And I look at this and they've wasted time, they've wasted a lot of money. And if they would have just invested in their health and gotten some specific testing done to best evaluate what needs to be done to support their health more optimally, they would have saved time and they would have saved money, but they would have ultimately saved time, which you can never get back, guys. So quit wasting your time with a lot of guesswork and spending, hundreds of dollars on supplements that you don't even know are helping you. Get professional help. Get someone to help you evaluate what you need, when you need it, and give you appropriate guidance. Now, beyond the healing phases, right? Beyond, let's say you work with someone one-on-one for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, you get healthier. You're tapering off of your supplementation. Do you need to continue taking it? Well, there are different scenarios here. So you may need to continue taking certain things if you're prone to, a persistent problem with, let's say adrenal glands or something, and you might need to take like a broad spectrum B vitamin to help with energy production and the support of your mitochondria, these parts of your cells that produce energy. That's not unreasonable. I mean, I see people, and we know that people that have issues with energy production, they may need, and let's say that their problem is due to mitochondrial damage, which occurs with chronic inflammation. Those people may need support nutritionally, and they may need help with supporting those mitochondria for years. And that's because when they're damaged, when your mitochondria are damaged, they can take a long time to recover. So, and there's a lot of different factors, right? Dietary, lifestyle factors, nutritional status, a lot of different things are important in the recovery and the healing of your body. So it's going to vary for people. But so long-term, beyond working one-on-one with someone, do you need to take it? Well, maybe. It shouldn't be nearly as many supplements, maybe a few supplements. Now, some people just need to spurt dose supplementation. Maybe taking a multivitamin, maybe fish oil if they don't get enough omega-3s from their diet, maybe taking vitamin D. Those are all things that might be reasonable to take periodically. Absolutely. But, beyond that, unless you're really working towards, athletic performance, brain enhancement, focus, you're biohacking your body, you're probably not in need of continued supplementation, taking 9 or 10 supplements. Now, I'll tell you this. Personally, I take a lot of supplements, but that's because I exercise vigorously. I push my body. I do a lot of different things where supplementation is protective, where it's also assists me with recovery, with improved cognitive function. I do things to help support optimization. And, that's something that you can consider, but in regards to healing and the necessity long-term, it's not necessarily essential that you continue taking all these supplements that you might be put on. As a matter of fact, they should not be. A lot of the supplements that you use initially when you're trying to improve your autoimmunity or your Hashimoto's, your gut function, all the things that I mentioned, that's going to be more of it's going to come in phases. So as you work through things, you're going to take supplements and they're going to drop off. And then you can work up to a point where you're working more on optimization of energy production, cognitive function, energy, memory, cognition, a lot of other things, hormone production, hormone levels, hormone sensitivity, cellular receptor sensitivity. All those things are different objectives. So you would use supplementation at that point should you want to pursue that. But really, just getting back to normal is a different story. When you get to like normal and you feel okay, and you've got your life back, then you can start looking at how do I go further. And that's really one of the areas where I have been investing a tremendous amount of my education and my time, because I'm interested in that for the people that I work with. I'm interested in that for myself, for my family, and ultimately to teach you guys. So anyway, I hope this helps you to better understand, because there's a lot of confusion, and I see so many people pour money into supplementation that is with no guidance, quite frankly. Very little guidance. They hear something online, they see a webinar or something, and they don't have guidance. Guys, the best thing you can do for yourself is to invest in working with someone that is trained and understands how to guide you you get testing done to give you objective data that you then base your treatment or your nutritional support plan off of. And then you work through it. You shouldn't be on the same things long term. So anyway, I hope this really helps you guys to better understand, some of the things that I commonly see and some of the goals and things you should keep in mind. You don't need to be on supplementation forever. If you're really trying to improve performance, yes, then there's a different goal there. But you've got to work through all the basic foundational things first, and then you can get to the optimization portion. Okay, so anyway, guys, I hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. I appreciate you so much hanging out with me on the podcast and joining us here. If you enjoy this, guys, please share it with other people. Let's help us get the word out, because it's our goal to help you guys to be your own advocates, to empower you to be better partners with your healthcare providers, and so you can ultimately take your health back and be a more active participant. What I want to do is I'm trying to change one person's life at a time, because I know, listen, if I can change your life in a positive way, then I know that that's going to improve your family's life. And if we can do that, that's going to impact your community. And ultimately, those ripples are going to impact everyone in the world. And I know that sounds, that's a huge goal, but you know what? If I stay at it persistently and it makes a difference in your life, it'll make a difference in the long term. So I'm trying the best I can, guys. Please help us, help me help other people. Share a podcast. Please review it. Please help us understand how we can make it better, and try to help you out as much as we can. So appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed hanging out behind the scenes with Dr. Shook. You can also talk with and learn from Dr. Shook through Facebook Live on our Facebook page at the Office of Dr. Brad Shook. Don't forget, you can also get access to our videos, guidebooks, and thyroid programs at www.drbradshook.com. Oh yeah, and don't forget one more thing. We can change the world one person, one family, and one community at a time. Until next time, remember, today is your day, and no one will tell you who you are and what you can be.